Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Liana. Today I kind of wanted to talk about these sort of unspoken rules in the beauty community here on the internet, specifically YouTube, because I feel like there are these sort of rules that certain people maybe don't talk about, but they sort of have. And people are a little afraid to break away from them. And I feel like we get caught up in them too sometimes, to the point where when we see somebody else doing something different, we're like, whoa, you can't do that. I don't know if you've ever come across this. This was kind of inspired by a Reddit thread that I saw the other day about do's and don'ts that beauty YouTubers tell you to do. And a lot of people were talking about eyeshadow in particular on that thread, myself included. And I actually brought up the fact that I had seen an Instagram ad, and I think it was actually for Almay now that I'm thinking about it. And this young girl, well, like, not you, I mean around my age, young, yeah. When I say young girl, it probably sounds more like, 12 or 13, but no, she was about my age. And she was taking one of these Almay eyeshadow quads, which was a shimmer quad, and she was applying shimmer all into the crease. And the comment section went crazy, being like, bitch, you can't put shimmer in the crease. It got a little out of hand, and that's kind of why I'm doing this, because I have not had any of these problems, but I feel like a lot of people do, where they do their makeup differently than what is expected of them at this point. And why are there expectations? There are no rules to makeup, really. I feel like there can be application that doesn't turn out so well, but in terms of actual rules, not so much. So I do have a few things written down here. Transition shades. So if you don't know what a transition shade is, it is a shade that goes kind of into your crease, and it's supposed to help you blend whatever shade goes on top of that better. A lot of times, I think this probably started to become a trend a few years ago with all the neutral palettes. People think that a transition shade needs to be 1, matte, and 2, a very soft neutral or warm brown. Neither of those is true. Transition shade can be whatever you want. So I'm going to, and just to clarify, I've broken basically all of these rules today, and I like the way I look. So, as long as you can get your eye look to blend the way you want it to, a transition color can be whatever you want it to be. Let me pull out a couple of palettes to show you. This palette is full of transition colors. Not a single one of them is a brown, but they're all colors that can be put in your crease. Yes, they're matte, but they're not brown. They're not really neutral except for gray. They can help you create more colorful looks. If you're going to do a warm look, take a yellow, take the clementine shade. If you're going to do a purple, take Meow, take Dope. Gonna do a blue look, take Doom. Gonna do green, take Gloom. It's a great transition palette. This palette as well, full of transition colors, but because people think you can't put shimmer in your crease, people look at this palette and think, what am I going to do? There's only a couple of matte shades. This is matte, this is matte, this is matte, this is matte, this is matte. They're thinking either the mattes are too dark, the shimmers, I can't put them in my crease. This is not true. You can mix shades. If this is too dark to put in your crease, mix it. Mixing is a viable option. That's one of the points I wanted to make today, is that people think that you can't mix eyeshadow. You can. If something is too dark for you or too light for you, there's a cream shade and there's a black shade. Do what you need to do to make the other shades in the palette work for you. This shade is a very dark brown. If I don't want to put that directly in my crease on its own, I go one above that and I mix them. It's not a big deal. And like I said, today I'm wearing an all shimmer look. I put this all over my lid into my crease. I put this on the outer corner into my crease. Those are both shimmers. It still creates depth. Another thing involving eyeshadow is that people seem to think that you can't create one eye look using more than one palette at a time. I see this a lot in beauty videos. They think that if I'm going to do a look, I can only take this palette. I have to create one look with one palette. That's not true. If you need to use the yellow, but there's another color you need, go into your other palettes. Grab the color you need. It's fine. I have palettes in my collection because I didn't own those colors anywhere else. And I knew that I would use them. That way I can hop from one palette to another. It's completely okay. I don't know why people have this fear of using 2 palettes, even 3 or more, to create a single eye look. It's fine. Don't mix warm and cool tones, either on your eyes or on your lips. That's fine too. I've done that today. I have a little bit more of a warmer tone on my eye, and I have a cool tone on my lip. Is it a little bit bright? Yeah, sure. But does it look crazy? No, not really. I do that constantly. I'll either mix warm and cool tones right on the eyes, or I'll do a cool tone eye and a warm tone lip, warm tone eye and a cool tone lip. Kind of splits things up, makes things a little interesting. It's completely okay to do that. It doesn't split your face in half. It looks great. Another thing I see all the time is that your blushes, your bronzers, anything you put in this area has to be matte. Why? Shimmer can be very flattering. I'm wearing a shimmery cheek product today. I wore a shimmery e.l.f. blush, and I actually put a dark highlight on top because I've received the incorrect shade of highlight that I ordered twice in a row, and I figured, well, I'm just going to see what that looks like on top of blush. I like it. Why not? There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of glowy cheeks. I used to do this all the time. When I was a teenager, I used to put glowy cheek products on. Kind of gives a little bit of a youthful look. Why not? The thing is, our faces aren't completely matte, right? So bringing a little bit of reflection back into the face actually makes it look more realistic. Another thing to do with this area of the face, you have to add definition back into your face with contour, contour, contour. I don't like contour. I'm quite happy with the way my face looks. Contouring is an optional step. Everything is an optional step in the makeup routine. If you don't want to contour, you don't have to. Faces are already dimensional as it is. Faces have natural curves and depths and planes to them. If you're wearing really heavy complexion products that kind of take that away, I mean, it's up to you if you want to add that back in, but I don't feel like it. It's completely up to the person involved in their makeup routine. It's between them and their makeup routine. You must blend foundation down your neck. I didn't. Can you tell? I think the only time you need to do that is when a foundation is noticeably too dark or too light, but even then, it's going to stop somewhere, right? I mean, if you're wearing a shirt like I am today that has a little V, you're going to see the chest. It's going to have a line of demarcation here. Eventually, you're going to be like, well, what's the point? So, again, it's one of those things where it's up to you. Most of the time, I don't bother. I usually do in my foundation routines. Just because I know that's a thing that other people do. I really don't care. Another thing that people love to do is bake the under eyes, taking a sponge into some sort of translucent powder and like dunking it under their eyes. I've tried that. It doesn't work for everybody. I know this is supposed to create a flawless finish. It just won't work for every single under eye. So just tread carefully with that one. Unless you already have pretty awesome under eyes, it's not going to work the way it looks on television. And remember, you're not up close to that person, so you don't know if it's as flawless as it looks on your phone when you're watching them or on the TV when you're watching them. No eye look is complete without liner and lashes. Again, it's a subjective thing. I don't like to wear eyeliner 100% of the time. And I don't wear lashes because I feel like my lashes are already long enough as it is, and I have an adhesive irritation issue, so why bother? Not everybody likes big fake lashes, and they look nice on some people, but on other eye shapes they can be very overwhelming. I also feel like there's an all or nothing approach to makeup. You either have to have a full face of like Instagram makeup or very, very minimal makeup, and there's nothing in between. I'm a somewhere in between most of the time. I'm never a full Instagram person. I'm minimal or somewhere in between. It's fine to be somewhere in between there. Everybody has their own personal tastes, and that's the thing about this video is like I said at the beginning, there are no rules to makeup. So the people who already do their makeup with the brown transition shades and baking the under eyes and wearing matte face products, that's fine. But then there are the people on the other end of the spectrum who put shimmer all over their eyes, aren't afraid to wear a glowing face product, don't wear false lashes, and that's okay too. You shouldn't feel like there's only one way to do makeup, and that's the point. You can do makeup however you want to. If it makes you feel good, then do it. Just do it. Do it however you want to. If you want to wear no makeup, then fine. I don't wear makeup every single day. I don't want to wear makeup every single day. And you shouldn't feel like you have to do anything a certain way. So that's the point. And that's going to be about it for today. So I hope that you had some sort of takeaway from this. If not, oh well, I tried. So I'll see you in the next video. I post Mondays and Fridays in the afternoon Eastern time. See you then.